Thomas and Friends, making tracks the great destinations. The island of Sodor is surrounded by beautiful blue seas. It has fields of green and sandy yellow beaches. There are rivers, streams, and lots of trees where the birds sing. There are windmills and a coal mine and docks where visitors to the island arrive. The island also has lots and lots of railway lines. Who's that puffing down the tracks? It's Thomas. Hello, Thomas. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the island of Sodor. Today is a very special day on the island of Sodor. We have a song and story for when Fergus broke the rules. We also have a song and story about Donald's little duckling. Duck, the Great Western engine, worked hard in the yard of the big station. Sometimes he pulled coaches, sometimes he pushed freight cars. But whatever the work, Duck got the job done without a fuss. One day, Duck was resting in the sheds when Sir Topham Hatt arrived. "Your work in the yard has been good. Would you like a branch line of your own?" "Yes, please, sir," replied Duck. So, Duck took charge of his new branch line. The responsibility delighted him. The line runs along the coast by sandy beaches till it meets a port where big ships come in. Duck enjoyed exploring every curve and corner of the line. Sea breezes swirled his smoke high into the air, and his green paint glistened in the sun. "This is just like being on holiday," he puffed. "Well, you know what they say," laughed his driver. "A change is as good as a rest." Soon, Duck was as busy as ever. Sir Topham Hatt was building a new station at the port. Duck pulled heavy freight cars wherever they were needed. And Bertie looked after Duck's passengers while the other engines helped too. But the work took a long time. Noise and dust filled the air. "Don't worry," whistled Toby. "The station is nearly finished. And on time, too," said Duck thankfully. Duck felt his responsibility deeply and talked endlessly about it. "You don't understand, Donald, how much Sir Topham Hatt relies on me." "Oh, aye," muttered Donald sleepily. "I'm Great Western and I—"
"Quack, quack, quack."
"What?"
"Ye heard? Quack, quack, ye go. Sounds like ye an egg lay. Now wish and let an engine sleep."
"Quack yourself," said Duck indignantly. Later, he spoke to his driver. "Donald says I quack, as if I've laid an egg." "Quack, do you?" pondered his driver. And he whispered something to Duck and his driver. They were going to play a joke on Donald and pay him back for teasing Duck. The engines were busy for the rest of the day, and nothing more was said. Not even a quack. But when at last Donald was asleep, Duck's driver and fireman plopped something into his water tanks. Next morning, When Donald stopped for water, he found that he had an unexpected passenger aboard. A small white duckling popped out of his water tank.
That does who's behind this,
Laughed Donald. The duckling was tame. She shared the fireman's sandwich and rode in the tender. The other engines enjoyed teasing Donald about her. Presently, she grew tired of traveling and hopped off at a station, and there she stayed. That night, Donald's driver and fireman got busy, and in the morning, when Duck's crew arrived to look him over, they laughed and laughed. "Look, Duck, look what's under your bunker. It's a nest box with an egg in it." Donald opened a sleepy eye. "Well, well, well, you must have laid it in the night, Duck, all unbeknownst." Then Duck laughed too. "You win, Donald. It'd take a clever engine to get the better of you." There's a pond near the duckling station. Here she often swims and welcomes the passing trains. The station master calls her Dilly, but to everyone else, she is always Donald's duck.
I found a quacker in me tender. She was very, very tame, but she quacked all night and through the day. She was driving me insane. Me driver and me fireman tried everything they knew to shoo the quacker away from me, but she didn't want to go. The quacker clearly loves me, it was impossible to nab. So now we have befriended her, she rides inside me cab. She quacks in stations big and small, she quacks at people too. Now everyone calls her Donald's duck, but I call her my quackaroo. Quacking here, quacking there, she is quacking everywhere. Quack, quack, choo, 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 she is my little quackaroo. She's quacking here and there, she's quacking everywhere. Quack, quack, shoo, 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 she is my quackaroo. Now everybody loves her, they love to hear her quack, quack. And when we have to say goodbye, they ask when she'll be back. She's captured everybody's heart, she knows just what to do. Now everyone calls her Donald's duck, but I call her my quackaroo. Quacking here and quacking there, she is quacking everywhere. Quack, quack, choo, 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 she is my little quackaroo. She's quacking here and there, she's quacking everywhere. Quack, quack, shoo, 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 she is my quackaroo. She's my quackaroo. She's my quackaroo.
Thomas and Fergus the traction engines are friends. Fergus is the pride of the cement works. Fergus knows all the rules and obeys them. One day, Sir Top Hat brought devious Diesel to the cement works. "I need Diesel to help a while. Fergus, please show him around." "Yes," said Fergus unhappily. He knew that Diesel could cause trouble. Later, Diesel was being careless. "Not like that," snapped Fergus. "Do it right." "Don't interfere," sneered Diesel. "You don't know the rules," shouted Fergus. Diesel was very annoyed with Fergus and started plotting a devious plan. Later that day, he pretended to have news for Fergus. "Sir Topham Hatt wants you to work at the smelters." "Me? But I'm the pride of the cement works." "Not anymore. Sir Topham Hatt says I'm better than you, so I'm going to stay here." "It's not fair. I love working here." But he knew that really useful engines do as they're told.
Fergus and his driver arrived at the smelters. "I want to go back to the cement works," wailed Fergus. "None of the other engines like coming here. It's so scary." "You're right," said his driver. Just then, the scrap diesels arrived. "Hello? Are you happy to be here?" "No!" cried Fergus. His driver was scared too. "Come on, Fergus, we're going to escape." And for the first time, Fergus broke the rules. Sir Topham Hatt was enjoying his tasty fish supper when he heard that Fergus was missing. "That's not like Fergus. There must be something wrong. I will send Thomas to find him." Fergus and his driver turned onto an unused track to find a place to hide. Fergus was frightened. So was Thomas. He puffed up and down the line. He couldn't see Fergus anywhere. "We could search the old mine tracks," said his driver. "That line is dark and spooky," whispered Thomas. But he had to be brave and find Fergus. Fergus was on a siding. His fire had gone out. Then he heard a sound. "It's an engine!" he cried. "Fergus!" whistled Thomas. "Whatever are you doing out here?" "Don't want to work at the smelters. Sir Topham Hatt is going to be cross with me." "He's not," cried Thomas. "He's worried about you." "Really?" "Of course," puffed Thomas. Fergus felt better. Thomas pulled Fergus all the way back to the smelter's yard, where he knew Sir Topham Hatt was waiting. "Fergus, explain yourself." "I ran away. It's scary here."
Diesel told Fergus that you wanted him to work at the smelters forever.
"Nonsense, Fergus. You are the pride of the cement works. I shall send Diesel to the smelters, and you can go back to the cement works tomorrow."
"Oh, thank you, sir," said Fergus happily. Fergus knew he had a good friend in Thomas, and he was still the pride of the cement works. There once was an engine who ran away, just up and went. He ran away, stacked up his tender, and headed down the line, toot toot, farewell, a goodbye. He overheard the wicked old Diesel say he was heading for the scrap yard any day. He didn't want to wait for that fateful day, so the little old engine ran away. He huffed and he puffed, his wheels started turning. He chuffed and he chuffed, hear his firebox burning. He slipped his brakes, let his whistle fly. Toot toot, farewell, goodbye. And the little old engine ran away, just up and went. He ran away, didn't feel part of the railway, so the little old engine ran away. Thomas finally tracked him down. He was cold and blue and all alone. He was told that he was needed back urgently. Who, me? Really? Yes, you silly engine, 'cause he's the pride of the railway. So he huffed and he puffed, his wheels started turning. He chuffed and it chuffed, his firebox burning. He slipped his brakes and he was on his way. Toot toot, hip hip, hooray. Now the little old engine's heading home. To toots and cheers, here's whistle blow. 'Cause now he's the pride of the railway.
Look, everybody, here comes Fergus.
Hooray! Yes, the little old engine's coming home.